where they had to defend himself. He had to defend himself for every situation because when they came to him, it was, oh, you're preventing us from succeeding at our job. All you're worried about is work. All you're worried about is your numbers, your rates, your production values. All you're worried about is numbers. So when you come in and address the situation, you thinking you helping. You thinking that when you ask about it, it's, oh, okay, all right, let me find out what's going on. So let me help him. You trying to help you. That's why you came over. You ain't trying to help him. You don't care about what he going through in his personal life. You don't care about the fact that my man just straight up went from a jokester and then went from jokester to joker. You don't care about that. You don't want to understand.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player. I was made to build the game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we're back in here for another one. We came to talk to you guys about.
Back in here with another one. It's 6:38 a.m. this time.
Yeah,
6:38.
We kind of had a slight lag.
Hey, look, I knew it happened though, cause I woke up at 4, and usually when I wake up at 4 o'clock, I got my alarms set to wake me up at 4. So usually when I wake up, I already got a text message saying that I'm ready. But today I ain't see it. I was like, all right, my boy. All right, cool. I'm gonna get up and hold it down for him. So I got on the computer and started writing up until you hit me up. It's all good though. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said last time, we do this for you. Some of y'all, it's 6:39, and some of y'all still ain't even thought about getting up out of bed. You still snoozing, like I'm just being real. Like 4 o'clock in the morning, I ain't see nobody. Like, bro, you get on Facebook, ain't nobody online. Everybody got dreams and goals, but ain't nobody online. Like you ain't even working. Like you ain't even up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't turn your phone on. That joint still in rest mode, airplane mode. You still trying to sleep because yes, I mean I talked to some folks that that we work with, and they just gonna enjoy their weekend. They at most, I mean actually some of them they either they gonna sleep in or they gonna work their second job this week, bro.
Oh, come on.
I don't know, bro. Like I ain't even gonna touch on that, but
So all right. Going through life, we've seen this, we've experienced it ourselves. We've even might have, been a part of, this collective few of people that are self-centered, for some reason.
You just want to jump straight into it like that?
Oh yeah.
All right. So just like for full clarity, we had to we had a little talk before we started the episode that what we were going to discuss on this episode, and I gave Marcus an earful, so we gonna go there.
Yes, we definitely gonna go there. So warning, feelings might get hurt, but you need to hear it. You need this pain to pull you back and launch you forward. And that's really interesting on that subject or that analogy alone, right? So yeah, I've told Aaron, I was in like a financial dip, so things didn't get paid on time, or as they should.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of like, you know, worrying about, you know, myself and like just catching up with the bills or the stuff that I needed to pay, it was kind of like I took a step back, you know, started plotting everything out, talking to people, be like, hey, I can't get this much to you now, but I can pay you this little that would equal up to this certain value, right? So, one of the things I wasn't really too worried about was, you know, the credit card. I got a little starter card, little starter boy, right? So I was like, all right, when I get enough money, I'll pay that later. So I'm getting hit. Like I'm getting hit hard. Just every month. Hit, hit, hit. All right.
Yeah.
So as time goes on, you know, I'm getting back to the swing of things. Things are starting to elevate and whatnot, right? Uh Instead of like losing that faith and just like completely shutting down, only worrying about myself, you know, with my living situation, I could have easily just been like, look, you take care of your stuff, I take care of my stuff, and you know, whatever happened, happened. It still was a team effort to getting things back to normal. And let's just say when things got back to normal, I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened, but that credit score, that jank skyrocket. Like it went
Yeah.
past where it started to drop at. So it looks like a legit roller coaster. Like it was coming down, down, down. Like it started here, I was getting it up, and then it was just like down, 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 down. And then it just like shot up way past what it was
Yeah.
at first. And I was like, yo, I don't even know what I was doing, but like just keeping a cool mind in the face of adversity,
Adversity. Mm-hmm.
it works. It works. Granted, you know, some people they really need like a team behind them for times like that, because it's scary alone. Uh, you know, and it's crazy how people can get in relationships and they just like they can they can sleep next to that person, they can hang out with that person every day, but yet still feel alone.
Mm-hmm. That that's a little deeper, a little bit of a deeper situation there. If
Mm.
somebody still feel alone even in their relationship, um, communication is important when it comes to stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I just want everybody to know, like what Mark said, like when folks try to do that whole self-centered thing with their finances and stuff, like yo, finances is one of the biggest things that take people out of their relationship
Ooh.
because folks get so desperate about money and
Mm.
people's values about money because it's material. Like your values of material are going to differ from person to person. I don't care who you are. Right now, Alyssa, she frets over the fact that we ain't got six figures in the bank account. Me, on the other hand, I know six figures are gonna come. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So like when where your focus goes, your energy flows. So if you're in a situation where you have differing views on money, it leads to disaster if there's no communication.
Mm.
So it's easy to just be like, all right, so you do what you do, I'm gonna do what I do. But like, bro, that's not a relationship. Like, I want that to be known because like right now, bro, there's some people out here who really own that. You
Mm.
really think that it's better to just go ahead and separate yourself from your significant other. Like some people are married and don't have joint bank accounts, bro. Bro, when me and Alyssa first when we first made it official,
Mm.
we were already making financial decisions together. Even before
Hey.
she moved in, we were already making financial decisions together. Why? Because I don't play that, bruh. Like me personally, I don't play that. Like if we are a team, we are a
Mm.
team. There's no halfway in. I don't have one foot out the game, bro. Like, come on. Like, there are really some of you out here who really have no, like, you don't have no problem with it. But bro, I promise you, like there is a thin line that you walking on when you keep your when you're not a team and on one accord as it pertains to finances. And finances is such a small very small fraction of what you or like the problems that you deal with as a couple. Like there's bigger, way bigger things going on in your relationship, like as it pertains to anything, especially if you got kids. Bro, some people out here with kids, they're not even a team with their spouses.
Mm.
Like, how does that work?
It don't. That's the reason. It don't work.
Like, have you ever been around a successful person that said, like, you know, what's mine's is mine's, what's hers is hers. Like, what?
Come on.
That don't make no sense, man. Like, yo, y'all living in this under the same roof, got the same household, y'all got kids together. Your name, bro. Some people got their names co-signed on shit and still don't have a joint bank account.
Mm-hmm.
How does that even work, bro? Like, oh man, but I'm just saying, man. Like y'all have to. If money is going to be a factor, and I know this ain't just about money, but I just want that to be known. Like I read a book called "If You're in My Office, It's Already Too Late." It was written by a divorce attorney who
wow.
wanted. Yeah, it was fucking clever name for the book, but yeah, it said if you're in my office, it's already too late was the name of the joint. I can't remember the dude's name. I got the book sitting over here somewhere and audio book and Audible, but he said that finances is the number one killer for people's relationships. Folks will be all out of their whole game, their whole relationship. I'm talking about cheating and some more stuff just because they don't agree on finances. So if there is something or some hang up that you guys have in your relationships, business and romantic relationships, you gotta fix that. Communication has to be had. Me personally, I'm just gonna be real with y'all. I grew up in a household where my mom, I like single parent. I watched my mom 2 Sundays a month, sitting at the kitchen table, shaking her head, looking at her checkbook, and a bunch of bills on the table. Like, if I asked her about it, there was an argument. Like we didn't talk about money. I'm gonna be real. Like we ain't talk about it. So I'm gonna need you to get to a space where you can actually have that conversation and make it fruitful for everybody. Make decisions that everybody can live off on.
That's crazy. And it's weird how we can watch sports. People can talk about sports down to the percentage of the player, what they can contribute to the team, what their stats are, and all this other stuff. But we can't do the same about ourselves. We can't put that same energy into our personal lives. Like how you watch a team every Sunday, every Saturday, then watch their highlight reels almost every day, but yet you don't know the slightest thing of how to function as a team.
Ooh, break that down a
Basketball,
little bit more.
you got basketball, hockey, whatever. Let's just do basketball because it's real simple and it's easy to relate. You've seen it time and time again that it's not just one person that makes it to the state. It's not the one person when they win the finals, they get the ring. The whole team gets rings. If I'm
You know what I'm
correct.
saying?
So how is it that we think that, all right, if I want this successful lifestyle, if I want to go big, I got to do it by myself on my own. Number one, I'm the MVP, the star player, the VIP, and all this other stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also the crew that got to put it together. You trying to be a one man army when we don't even win wars like that. We got like thousands, millions of people, each working in different spots. Different talents are just going ham to win wars. It's not all won by one person. The president doesn't win the war. It's not all on him. It's a whole chain of people that win wars. So why is it that we just, if I'm gonna get somewhere in life, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be all me, no one else. That not even, you don't even try to get into, like, you don't get the mental help, you don't get the spiritual help. You just think your lowered way of thinking is just gonna get you big in life. And then some people, they've gotten to a point where they think they failed. They failed so many times that they don't even want to do nothing in life. They're tired of that pain. But it's like, that's what's a part of life. That's how you get there. Surrounding yourself with people that are gonna, uplift you, motivate you. Maybe you don't have that. Maybe you can. Yeah, I don't know. How about you go out and find it? For one, like, you have to put something out there to get something back.
So I just had to dig deep a little bit just now because like you asked the question, how do we get to a point where we as people feel like we can, like we have to do everything on our own? I'm thinking back on a situation, right? And I'm gonna answer that in the best way I possibly can because I think it comes from not the I don't think it comes from the fact that we as people like it wasn't taught to us to do it, but we were conditioned to do so as people. And most of us like we have different reasons why it happened to all of us, like right. But for the most part, it's all the same thought process, if that make any sense. It was just like different situations brought us to this conclusion that we got to do it on our own. We can't ask for help and we can't look vulnerable in front of people, but there's a myriad of different reasons or different situations that brought us all to the same conclusion. And it's once again surrounds our environment and the people that we interact with on a day-to-day basis and during our upbringing. And our upbringing is the biggest part of where our personalities are formed. And between the times of 5 years old to I think about 13, that's where your biggest personality traits are set into part of your being. That's where you are created. So those are the most important years of your life. So what happens in those years dictate how you react to things as an adult, if that makes any sense. So I'm remembering a time, right, when I told you guys, like I remember my mom having those situations where she was in the kitchen, sitting at the kitchen table, burying her head in her checkbook and almost in tears every single month because she didn't know how she would get the bills paid. So that was one situation. Two, there were times where there were things said in the family about our financial situation, and me as a child, I didn't know anything about it. I don't know what's going on. I remember one time I said that the lights were cut off. Like we had a thunderstorm. I said the lights were cut off at our house. Like that's all I said. Somebody went back to my mom and was asked her about the lights being cut off, and bruh, I got my ass whooped because I supposedly at 7 years old, I supposedly went back and told somebody that our lights were cut off and we ain't got no money. At 7 years old, bruh.
Come on.
Like at 7 years old. So think about that. Like that happens. So what is the lesson that you learn? Oh, you can't talk about your financial situation. Oh, if somebody think that you ain't got money, then all right, cool. You can't, like, yo, that's not a thing. So I gotta show somebody that I got money. So I gotta appear that I got money. Cause like she was all like, even though the lights weren't cut off, like I hope y'all understanding what I'm saying. Even though the lights weren't cut off, the conversation went because a 7-year-old said that the lights were cut off during a thunderstorm, because everybody in the environment is so stuck on the fact that they ain't got money, bruh. They just automatically assume that the lights were cut off. But the 7-year-old ain't had no clue. All right, y'all ain't hearing me, man. Y'all ain't hearing me. So the environment taught me that you gotta fend for yourself, and there is nobody who can help you. The environment taught me that. The environment taught me that if it is to be done, you gotta figure out how to do it, no matter what it is. I had uncles who knew how to do everything. I got uncles who knew how to build houses, but them dudes work at corner stores, bruh. I got an uncle that was a trash man for for 20-some years, bro. The dude know how to do every single thing in the book. You can give him he can write a For Dummies book. He could have wrote one of them jokers on 3 different subjects. Jack of all trades.
Come on.
But he never employed the help of others. And that's why he had to retire from picking up trash and working at a corner store. Dude, smart as a whip, man. But he didn't have the environment around him to tell him that it was wrong to hold things on his own shoulders.
All right, so that alone baffles me, right? Like you said, like no one out here is like dumb. No one is just oblivious to the things. Everyone knows their situation. Everyone has came to some type of conclusion because they have knowledge and understanding of what's going on around them. You can have this person that is book smart, street smarts, but like they can do so many things, and we see it at work. Like you ask people, hey, what did you do before you came to the job that we work at? And they be like, oh, well, I went to school for this. I've done this. I've dabbled around with like this thing, and you're just sitting there just like, yo, what the hell are you doing here? What made you come here with all of that bro, you could be a multi-millionaire with it. There is somebody that needs your talent right now as we speak, but you are here. Why? They're just like, oh, well, yeah. That was the main answer. Like, dude had his bachelor's in like multimedia something. I'm like, hey, what are you doing here? He's like, I need money. The degree doesn't pay the bills. But I'm like, there was a point in your life where, or now you can do this now while you're at the job. Well, at this time you couldn't have done that at the job. But just like
so I just want to put it out there, bro. Some folks still sleep. It's 7:00 and they still sleep. I'm just putting it out there, bro. Like, no, they can't. I mean, they have the ability to do so, but they can't because they still sleep.
In more ways than one, because it's like they're dreaming, but they don't. They people are dreaming. They have dreams, and it's just like they don't want to act on it. They don't want to put it out there. They think that like it's impossible to do, or they heard someone say that, oh well, it's not enough. It's not a lot of money in that. But I mean, if it's your passion, it's something you want to do, something you love to do. Why not do any and everything to do it? Why go to a job that physically and like mentally just puts you down? Like we have people that are like just crying for no reason. They come to work and they're just like, yo, I don't want to be here. I'm like, man, yo, just go home. There's so many things out there that we could be doing, but we don't, all because we need money. We think without money, it's just everything gonna disappear. Our lives gonna disappear. We just gonna fade from existence if we don't keep running this rat race to get money.
I feel that, man. But I try not to, like, there's a really thin line when it comes to money, bro. Like I heard Rob Wilson, not Robert Wilson, but a financial guru named Rob Wilson that run with ETA. My man, he said, what is the most important thing in the world? And everybody is always like money, God, family. Like, what is like the most important thing to you? My man said to breathe, like air is the most important thing. Behind that, what do you think it is? Everybody like family, God, like, nah, money. Like money. Like, you can say all you want that you don't need money. Money ain't this, money ain't that. But at the heart of everything, you need money for anything and everything. But I want y'all to understand that your need for money has become so destructive that now you are destroying yourself and the people around you. just because you need money. So you got people out here doing the most unethical things in the world at work just because they need money. Because you're just trying to survive the job and you need money. Like for real. Like you have become inhuman because you need money. I challenge you like to take your focus off of the dollar and put your focus back into something higher. Because if money is your anchor, you'll always do unethical things to get money. Therefore, you will never have it. What do I mean by that? We got some. Oh my God, we got some folks that we know that they're willing to put people in harm's way just for the sake of not pissing off their boss. I'm just being real. We got some folks just because they got the power to do so, they are willing to destroy someone's life just because they can. Just because somebody got to take the fall, and it ain't gonna be me. Just because we need money. And like if you think about it, bruh, every horrible decision made on the planet, unless you the Joker, every horrible decision always roots back to money and power and influence.
So all right.
Which also ties back into money.
So I'm gonna go somewhere, right? All right. We had a incident that made it to the news that is horrific, right? Let's just say that there was a person that felt that they should take it upon themselves to, and it happened on multiple occasions. One drove, a certain amount of distance to unalive some people at a supermarket, and then one went to a school. We think that is the most terriblest thing someone could ever do, take a life, right? But yet we will chip away at a life, someone's child, someone that is just as human as you are. We will chip away at their very being just so we can get a leg up, or just so we can please someone else, when
Preach.
All we had to have done is just, like you said, communicate. In our job, specifically, if someone's having a problem, hey man, like what's going on? I thought that's what was in place when I first started, especially the first time I started. If I was having problems at work before it even escalated to something serious where I'm at the point of almost losing my job, there was a verbal coaching. Someone would come out, be like, hey, are you doing all right? Are there any barriers? Are you just tired? Like, yo, what's going on? What can we do to help you move forward?
What have I done to not inspire you? Bruh, yeah, you right. You absolutely right, bro. I remember them conversations.
So I'm just like, what happened? Like, why are we so destructive as a human race? We are very destructive beings, especially to other human beings. Like, and for some reason we'll put ourselves on like this high pedestal, and we're just like looking down at everybody. It's like, oh, I'm up here, everybody's beneath me. And to elevate myself, I need to put more people under me. Why is that? What is going on? Why are we like this? What's
greed?
Basically
greed, bro. It has to be greed. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I told you, bro. When money is your anchor,
you do any
when
and
money
everything.
is your anchor, none of the stuff that you just said matters, because none of that stuff is gonna pay me immediately. Like, you think about it, bro. Like, you think about some of the red coats that we work with, bro. Like, they like, yo, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Like, yo, I don't care about your personal problems. I don't care about none of that, bro. Like, for real. you gonna have to run that. Like for real, like and me and Alyssa was talking about the young man who worked with us who got put in a compromised situation just because somebody wanted to make rate. Just because in your department you want to make rate, you got to cut head count. You train him in something that he don't know how to do, something that he don't usually do, and then when he get there and he does it to the best of his abilities. He does it to the and to say that he's able to do it is a stretch, because the people who do it on a daily basis are already complaining about how they can't do it. But because they do it on a daily basis, he's already in a position when he gets there that he's going to fail by default. So if you're looking for the bottom 3%, bro, the bottom 3% just says like, all right, so the people who do it on a consistent basis, they got a scapegoat. So when he gets there and he does it one time a month, one day a week, whatever the case is, a few hours or whatever the case is, by default, he is the scapegoat. He's going to take that fall. So when you have a person who is in control of that in control of that narrative, who says, well, my department is overstaffed, and because if I don't decrease the staffing and we don't make rate, then my job is in jeopardy. So somebody got to take the fall. And I don't care. I can care less what your problem is, what happens when you get there. The only thing I know is that you're not my problem. That's not my problem. That's on you, and my money isn't affected.
But even with that, like in the long run, is it really?
No,
Exactly.
It has absolutely nothing to do with anything, because nobody really cares that much. Especially at our job, bro. Nobody really cares that much.
It's crazy.
There's like non-controllables buckets and fucking 5S buckets and all that dumb shit that you can drop somebody into. Like he wasn't even part of our head count to begin with. So why we sent him, even knowing the circumstances, was completely. I don't even understand why he even went in the first place.
That is insane.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So there's a couple of things I want to pick out of there, right? So, our fear of failing gets to the point where we'll do those things. We'll do any and everything. Be so cutthroat. Be so unethical. Be so nasty with living that just it gets insane. But like. Failure is, and I even learned this recently. Like I made the connection. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like failure is a fabrication, right? We've went to school. Everyone's went to school. And they take a test, they fail, right? You take it one time. You take the test one time, you fail it. You have some people that ace it. You have some people that fail it, right? So with that, we learned that failure is a part of life or something, right? But how can you say that person failed when the main subject of school is supposed to be learning? He might have not have gotten enough of the questions right to pass that test, but from the teachings, what did he learn? Why aren't we focused on what he actually learned, what that student actually learned? It's not to say he failed the test and he dumb. He didn't know anything. Yeah. He got a couple of those questions right. I'm pretty sure he didn't get a full 0 out here. No one gets a full 0 and actually are trying. But I'm like, failure is fabricated, and they started young at that age. That if you don't give up at a task, where's the failure? Even if you didn't do it right, you still learn something from that. You're gonna do it again, and the more you do it, repetition. The more you do it, the better you're gonna get. The guy that's in the situation at work, the more he would have done that specific path, he would have gotten better at it. final written shouldn't have been a matter. He hasn't had enough time and enough repetition to get the thing right. When I started at the pack line, Courtney was on me about, you gotta make rate, I'm like, yo, I just started. Give me a minute. Let me get the feel for things, and it'll go up. Right now, I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't want to be down here. So if I don't, they can just send me back to the dock. But that's neither here nor there. Eventually, I got better. I can go to the pack line and I can make a box without even looking at the box. Couldn't do that before. Couldn't do that first starting. But I can do that now because of repetition and how many times they sent me down.
Hey, fuck that. No. So, like, I'm a throw a pin on that because in the place that we work at, bro, like, you couldn't make rate because you were trying to do things by the book. And you ain't know, you try to do things by the training. And you ain't know how to do the shit that the veterans know how to do in order to make rate. So I don't even want to hear that, bro. I don't even want to hear that. So what you learned, what you talk about, you learned was how to not do things by the book. Because you notice that once you start breaking rules, that's when you start doing what everybody else doing, right? But that's a whole different conversation, bro.
Yeah.
Like let's go back to the child back in school, bro, and where we learn our when we get the mentality of every man for himself and how we like, bro, you got kids out here who go through that, Mark, when they're taking a test and everybody just disown them because they don't pass it. Just straight up, like, the kid, all right, this kid must be dumb. All right, they can't pass this test. So let's put them in the learning disability class. Let's put them with the quote unquote slow kids. But we gonna just abandon them. They're not smart enough. They're not good enough, bro. Like, I promise you, I just watched. What is the damn movie? What is that damn movie? Was it The Secret? I think it was The Secret, bro. Or it was either The Secret or goddamn, what was the name of the joint? I just watched it. I got the book over here, bro. Man, I can't even think of it, bro. But the kid, I think it was either Edison. I think it was Thomas Edison, bro. He was in school and he had his teacher sent a note home to him, and he the teacher said that he was dumb. He cannot learn with the other kids. There was no way he was going to that he was going to be able to read, write, and speak good English, like all of that. There was no way possible that this kid was smart enough to actually do it. Mrs. Edison, your son is literally illiterate. That's what like, not verbatim, but that's what the note said. And his mom, when she read it to him as a kid, because he brought home a note, he was happy. Then she read the note to him. Your son is so smart, he doesn't need school anymore. He has surpassed every expectation. He is too smart for school. That's what she read to him, Mark. As a 9-year-old kid, that's what she read to him. And he went on his entire life thinking that note said that. So he acted out as if that note said that. He used, and when he got older and his mom passed away, he read that note himself. And, bruh,
come on,
talk about life changing. He used that as his affirmation after he became a man.
Oh.
So where am I going with that? I don't even think y'all understand the impact that you have on people around you. There's life and death in the power of the tongue. I keep saying that, but nobody listens. I just want to throw an example out there, right? Because everybody who works with me, they would know what I'm talking about. We had a situation where there was a person who went off their rail, bro. Like, they lost their way. But instead of having the conversation, instead of talking to this person, instead of figuring out what's going on, sitting down with them, just letting them vent, letting them be vulnerable, everybody kept putting this person in a position where they had to defend themselves. He had to defend himself for every situation because when they came to him, it was, "Oh, you're preventing us from succeeding at our job. All you're worried about is work. All you worried about is your numbers, your rates, your production values. All you worried about is numbers." So when you come in and address the situation, you thinking you helping. You thinking that when you ask about it, it's, "Oh, okay, all right, let me find out what's going on. So let me help him." You trying to help you. That's why you came over. You ain't trying to help him. You don't care about what he going through in his personal life. You don't care about the fact that my man just straight up went from a jokester and then went from jokester to joker. You don't care about that. You don't want to understand the gap in between that. You don't care. All you want to know is why we not making rate, why are these associates pissed off, why these associates leaving. That's all you care about. All you care about is rate. All you care about is getting the boxes down the line. All you care about is surviving until 5:30. You do not care about this man's well-being. So when you got people who are changing their character, who are literally morphing, there's a whole metamorphosis going on in front of you. And when you approach them, all you care about is why they're making your job harder. You don't care about the human that's behind that vest. You don't care. That's why you're not succeeding, because you don't care about people. Because when somebody's having a hard time and when people can literally break down and start crying at work and all you care about is blue lights, that's why you're not succeeding. That's why your life is hard. You will never succeed in life when you have that mentality. There are people around you who can help push you forward. All you got to do is open your mouth and talk to them like a person, a human being. That's all you have to do. So when people start disobeying you, when they don't respect you, when I mean, I swear to God, there's some people who will literally, like, there are people who are what they like their superiors. They will slap the shit out of them if I didn't intervene. Come on. Like, real talk, I got people who will slap the fuck out of their superiors if I didn't speak up to them. Real talk. So when you're in that situation, pack mentality, fam. Pack mentality. You stick together with the people that I promise you, if the people that we work with, if they stop caring so much about the numbers and cared more about the people, then there would be less people who cared about themselves and tried to survive until the end of the shift. I promise you it would be. But nobody wants to listen to me because, I ain't management.
Come on.
If I could drop this mic, I would.
Lord. Some things I want to pick apart there, right? First thing, like you said about, like, the kids, how we will, and even teachers, they have to kind of tiptoe around things, because, like, what they say affects this little person's life for the rest of their life. Like you said, you get your personality at like 4 to 10, the ages of 4 to 10, and the guy that we're talking about, that got this final written, because he's doing a job that he has no business doing. He's only 19, I believe, right?
Really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
He a young cat. He is still a kid. Like, if he loses this job, you're putting that on his, that's a mark on his thing for the rest of his life. He tries to get another job. Oh, you were only at this job for a couple of months. I don't know how long he's working.
Yeah, he hadn't been there for half a year yet.
Oh, what happened? And, like, how is he gonna explain that? He could be like, "Hey, like, my superiors, they kind of messed me over." If he even learns that it's not his fault. Like, I'm pretty sure his superiors on that way out the door, "Hey, man, this is on you. This is your fault. You ain't step up to the plate, man.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
I'm sorry, but we gotta let you go."
Hell yeah.
So it's like,
Go ahead.
And about the metamorphosis thing that happens, like, we've seen it. we've been at Amazon for a good little minute, right? And it brought me to the saying, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself turn into the villain. And like, yo, we've been seeing that, like in our little circle alone. Like, yo, people getting real shiesty out here, and I'm just like, yo, what? You used to be happy, like you used to be on my level, happy go lucky. You used to love coming into work, getting this money. Now they're just like, man, I'm tired. I don't feel like dealing with people. I mean, I swear I wring that dude's neck, and I'm just like, yo, what is going on here? It's like, man, I don't care about work. I don't care about these blue lights. I don't care about the stove. I'm a gridlock disorder. I'm like, bruh, like, chill, calm down, man. It ain't even that serious. You putting too much thought into something that you have no control of, and it's baffling.
Yeah, man. Like I remember when the, that thing about what they would say to him going out the door. Like for real. Like I remember being in inbound, man, and when I first became leadership, and I was failing to no fault of my own. I had never been trained in inbound. I didn't know anything that was going on. I didn't know the people. I was coming from a whole completely different shift and everything. And when it happened, I was like, yo, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what I'm doing. I was just like telling my superiors, like, I don't know what's going on. And like there was one guy, like my direct superior, me and him were good. And the only reason I'm bringing this up, right? Because I like Alyssa just told me she had a real heart to heart with him recently about me that I thought was surprising. This happened on Sunday, I think she said. But like me and him, like I used to tell him, like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why these things are happening. The only thing that my ops manager is telling me, like, yo, you need to figure out what's going on. You need to do this. You need to do that. And he's talking to me like you ever go into a situation where somebody's saying a whole bunch of acronyms and they expect you to just be folded, like keeping up with the conversation, like. It starts saying, yeah, you got to get the AFB, the ETRs, the blah blah blah, and like you like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what is that? What is any of that? So you trying to keep up with the conversation. Meanwhile, they telling you that you got to keep up with what's going on behind you, and I'm like, yo, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So like, my ops manager was just like, do it, get it done. I don't care, no excuses. Like I'm just like, all right. I mean, that's fine and dandy. I feel you. I mean, I wouldn't want to give you excuses. And so I just got to a point where I'm just like, yo, it didn't get done. Why didn't it get done? I don't know why it didn't get done. So it was just like a situation where they put me in a position that was already screwed up and expected me to fix it. And there was no way to fix it unless you got rid of the problem that was already there, which they weren't trying to get rid of. But when they told me that, and I mean, bruh, you'd have thought I got fired, bruh. They told me that I was the problem. The problem was there. They didn't tell me that the problem was there before I got there. They didn't tell me that the guy who I replaced, they didn't tell me that he quit because of that same problem. But what they told me, because remember I told you that they sent me into a different department because of this. But when my man sat me down, knowing that this was the issue, before I came along, when my man sat me down and told me that he was moving me, he said, you're obviously not the guy for this position. You didn't live up to the expectation.
Come on.
Yeah. So when Alyssa talked to my direct manager, not the guy, not the ops manager, she talked to my direct manager, which we're cool with. Well, I'm cool with him. Like, and every time I see him, I'm like, how you doing, man? You good? Yeah, like, it's all love when I see my man. He's a real cool dude. So she was talking to him. She said, "Man, he said, I'm really surprised that Aaron, he speaks so highly of me. Like it's really weird because when I was working with him, it just felt like it felt like he was always upset with me. Like I really feel like I let him down most of the time." And Alyssa said, "No, like I don't think you understand him the way you think you do." She said to him that you guys stuck together. You were in a bad situation together and you looked out for him. You guys stuck together. And that's why he doesn't have a problem with you. Not because of the situation that was happening, but he speaks highly of you because you looked out for him even when the job didn't look out for you.
Mm. Mm.
So
Mm.
people show their true colors in the face of adversity. And man, my man really helped me out, dog. I'm getting emotional over here just thinking about like some of the stuff that I went through with that man. Like he stuck his neck out for me. He could have lost his job because I was not performing in a way that the company wanted me to perform at. He looked out for me, Mark. Like I'm really appreciative of him, and I didn't even think of it until we had that conversation. Me and Alyssa had that conversation. We never really talked about it, bro. Like he never asked for anything in return. My man gave me a Christmas gift, like this glass blown ornament that like he made sure that he got me a gift that year. Like we put the ornament on the tree, the biggest ornament that we had. We put it on the tree every year, bro. Like the man looked out for me even when his job was on the line. He didn't let the job say, "All right, well, you got to figure it out. Somebody got to be thrown under the bus. Heads got to roll." Like he didn't let that happen. He just said, "It's not right, and I'm not doing that." People show their true colors in the face of adversity. So if you're the person who shifts because your boss said, "Okay, all right, my boss is stressed out, so I'm gonna be stressed out," and now because I'm stressed out, I'm pissing everybody off. If you're that person, you are the person that we're talking about right now because you would get power and you will start taking those same tactics that your manager is doing where he don't give a fuck about none of his people. What do you think you're gonna do?
Mm.
If your colleagues are tripping and you can intervene and only thing you're doing is adding to the problem because only thing you care about is you and how you gonna survive and how you gonna succeed, how you gonna get your promotion. What you think you're gonna do as a manager?
Facts.
So we are creating this culture where everybody is cutthroat. The only thing we care about is us. So instead of doing pack mentality,
They do the complete
what we doing,
opposite.
Mark? What we doing, Mark? We doing lion mentality, I guess.
The complete opposite.
We doing lion mentality. That's what we doing.
And it's crazy because it doesn't even take much. Like we need more people like the guy you just explained. Like it literally doesn't take much. The smallest thing, just showing the smallest form of compassion, like showing someone you care, that you know that we're in a system, and it's not just our job, it's every job, it's society itself. You know, it's unfair. Let's be real. Address the elephant. It's unfair. Uh, Knowing that going forward, you will blame that person for something they have no control over. They have done everything in their mind, physically, mentally possible to get the job done. You will still say it's your fault when you know dang well that they were fucked from the beginning.
Just because you're trying to get a promotion.
And I'm just like,
And you really think that's gonna get you a promotion. Like that's the worst part about it. Like you think you were so screwed up in your mind that you feel like throwing somebody else under the bus is going to screw you. I mean, throwing somebody else under the bus
it's
is
gonna
going to
uplift you.
uplift you. That's what I meant to say. But like, I mean, we see it, and like Mark said, it's every job, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Police at the end of every month, police are out trying to get tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I don't know if it maybe people don't know this, but police officers when they're trying to get promotions, like depending on what rank they are, how many tickets that they write every single month dictates how many points they get towards their next promotion.
Their performance.
And the more you in the higher your rank is, the more tickets you need to produce in order to get points for your quota. Like that's why we say that. We don't like that phrase or that terminology didn't go out there just for the hell of it, bro. Like it's real life.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfair. The little guy does not get a say in his own life. That's just the way it's always been. So if you are in a position of power and you have the ability to do something, and this is what determines your success. We're not talking about a job right now. What we're talking about are values, your personal values, because those values, what you're showing to the world outside of your home, when I promise you, you're not doing anything better behind closed doors. I promise you, you're not. You ain't just become no saint that has all of these perfect attributes when you get inside your. You know what? Actually, because some of you are at work and you're under pressure, you might actually do so.
Yes.
But I promise you, what you build outside of work, because I hear it a lot, Mark. They're a good person outside of work. They're a good person outside of work. Oh, they got your back outside of work. They got your back. But a person shows their true colors in the face of adversity. And if you can't have my back outside of work, but you can't have my back under pressure, then there is no reason for us to be in the same circle, because you do not truly have my back. If we step into the lion's den, you are not about to have my back in the lion's den. You are not about to have my back if somebody roll up on me in the streets. You are not about to have my back if we are in business together and we reach a certain challenge, or somebody come to offer you more money to do what you do. You do not have my back. Because if you couldn't have my back while we were moving boxes, then you can't have my back when we making millions of dollars. Mark, we gotta end this, bro.
All right. So, back to the saying, like you gotta be a team player. Like literally, that is all it is. Like, have compassion for your brother, for the fellow man, for the fellow woman, for the whatever you identify as. Like, treat people with the kindness you would want people to treat you with. Like, it's not hard. Yeah, people might get on your nerves. Yeah, people might aggravate you. But like, at the end of the day, you're there for 10 hours. They're there for 10 hours. Why not work together to make it the easiest 10 hours possible? When one person feels like, oh, I don't want to do this, I'm focused on myself, it's literally a domino effect. You just put more strain on the next person. That's putting strain on them. And then now, because work ain't a lot right now, there's a lot of opportunities where people can just get up and leave. And a lot of people do, which puts more strain on other people, which in the end, you do this for a week, months at a time, they're gonna burn out. I'm pretty sure if our building just be like, all right, look, we're gonna pay y'all 60% for 2 weeks just to get y'all minds right. We've known that work has been a little hectic. Let's just de-stress and come back, and we're gonna tackle this, correctly. I'm pretty sure we might need more than 2 weeks, but just that form or some form of compassion would go a long way. Like, I'm not saying like throw people a bone, throw people breadcrumbs, but like just a little incentive saying, hey, I know things are unfair. I know we are in a tough situation right now, but if you just bear with me, I can make something happen. I will make something happen. We don't really have that at work. No one is gonna be like, yo, at the end of the day, like I got something for you. Like I none of our bosses is really willing to actually like jump in the bullpen with us and be like, yo, we gonna tackle this together. You know, they might have a all hands, everybody, but they ain't really there. They ain't there every day when we really need them to be there. So it's like it.
Even though our direct manager he does jump in, my man is still compassionless when it comes to the mindset.
Mm-hmm. And it don't take much. A well organized team can elevate you to heights you didn't even imagine were possible. All it takes is a little bit of compassion. We say it all the time. When you figure out how to help people with their problems, not your own problem, with their problems, you got the $1 million ticket.
All right, can we coin this one right here, right?
What's up?
Because I said when I started writing the slogan for the Aether universe, there is no life without balance.
Okay.
So as it pertains to your 10 gears, right? There is no life without balance. Every gear has to move in sync in order for success to happen.
You promoting that right now? I don't think
Can we do that? Can we promote that?
I don't think the people know what the 10 gears are, Mac.
All right. So that coming soon. We're gonna have to talk about it now. I gotta put my foot in my mouth. We gotta talk about it. 10 gears, bro. Your 10 gears have to be in sync, and we're gonna talk about those 10 gears on a future episode. We're coming back with that.
So stay tuned, guys, and ladies, and people that identify unbinary. This has been happy Pride.
We stand with those people. We showing that we stand with those. Actually, I want to talk about that too.
Okay.
This episode will premiere on what day? We a little bit behind schedule. But so this episode will be aired on the 7th of June, but by this time you guys would already know, if you follow the AJ McMullen or the Aether brand, that Aether does support, or Aether stands in solidarity with those who identify as LGBTQ+. So right now available for the foreseeable future. I don't plan on stop selling these, but Aether Pride logo shirts are now available on ajmcmullen.com, as well as the book Guardian of the Pacific, book 2 of the Arcane and Calamity series is available for 50% off for the entire month of June in celebration of Pride, because there is a and I don't tell the whole story, but there is a badass lesbian main character who rules that story, the Guardian of the Pacific, and she does shine very, very bright in the Aether universe. And there are more books to come with her presence in it as well. But the people, the LGBTQ community loves Carly Ulrich of Legends of the Guardian of the Pacific. I'm talking about a completely different book, but that book is available for 50% off for the entire month of June. So I think you can get the first 2 books, which is a $25 value at this point, for $6.
Okay.
Big saving. So get on that. Hit up go to ajmcmullen.com or search for AJ McMullen or the Gem State Siege or Guardian of the Pacific on Amazon right now. Get those books. The first 2 books of the series. Book 3 is also available. That is the Aryan Fallout. You see that one back there as well.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy, Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. And always remember, those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. This has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast. We love y'all.
Peace. Love you guys. See you next week.